And let me get started.
The thing is, I was trying to. I couldn't.
You know we live, right?
Yeah.
I can't with you always. We never start perfectly. We never start perfectly. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy.
Them third. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the After the Buzzer Show with your host ATB Show, aka Shout Diggity, aka Show What You Want Call It. And I'm here with my main man, ATB Josh. He is in the building, not the big one, not the small one, but just the building. You know what I mean? What's going on, Josh? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Hey, we already got a person in the building, man. We got Kenny. We already got Kenny in the video. Yo, shout out Kenny for pulling up already, bro. He got the notification on. That's what I like, man. But I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man. Got back from dentist. Teeth are good. Wisdom teeth staying in my mouth. That's what I like to hear. I'm ready to talk some basketball because we got a lot to talk about.
Let's get right into it, man.
We got special guests. You know, I got the homie in the building, man. Let me bring him up right now. Chris BCB in the building, fellow Knick fan, homie from the block. Grew up with this man from elementary school to high school, bro. So happy for how far he's been going. And he's a journalist. Show me you got some background on that. You know, y'all journalist buddies right there. Y'all know about the grind. Y'all know about all the writing. So, man, I'm happy to have my boy on this. Like I said, ATB is family, bro. We bring everybody that helped us in our journey up here. Chris, how you doing, bro?
What's good, man? I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here, man. I know it's been a long time coming. Y'all wouldn't let me on the Afro Anime Pod. So give me a spot on. They said I don't watch enough anime or something. I told them I watched the Boondocks, but so
that counts.
Had to finally get on After the Buzzer Pod, and I could use some of my expertise, a little bit of the sports expertise that I got, and we could chop it up, talk about these playoffs, talk about this draft, talk about everything that's going on right now. I'm gonna even try to tap into some WNBA if y'all want to talk about that. So
hey, yo, when the dub season starts, we're gonna hit up. We're gonna talk about a little dub, man. We trying to expand our dub game too, because I'm gonna lie, I ain't really watched the dubs. I kind of had it on as background noise, but when Caitlin Angel Reese came, I knew I had to follow them because they put me on more women's basketball, and I'm mad excited what's coming up next season. So this upcoming season.
Yeah, Paige Buckers is gonna go crazy. We have
I can't wait to see Paige, man. But let's start. Let's just get started, man. We gotta start with the obvious. Knicks versus Boston, Game 5. It was supposed to be the farewell season for Boston, but you know, the third quarter looked atrocious. Like Knicks didn't show up to play. They got cocky. They got overconfident. Jason Tatum. They thought, you know, since they don't got JT there, you know, we got it. But Jaylen Brown told him, like, yo, y'all forgot, bro. He might be Superman. I'm Batman. So, and we got yo, dog. Show I talked about it with you off mic, bro. This random nobody came out of nowhere for the Boston Celtics. Lou Kornet. Out of nowhere. Yo, I followed them boys too. Who? 9 blocks.
Yeah.
I thought I was watching Kevin McHale for a second. 9 blocks.
Yeah, he was wilding. For what reason I don't understand he was wilding for, but you know, they got another big dude in Porzingis that wasn't doing none of that. And then you know they got Al Horford, but all of a sudden, you got Luke Kornet just thinking he the next coming of Wilt Chamberlain, you know what I'm saying? Blocking everything like he see it, like, you know what I'm saying? Prime Dwight Howard, you know what I'm saying? That's what he was acting like out there.
Excuse me, 7 blocks. 7 blocks. Wasn't 9. 7. I thought it was 9. It was 7 blocks, but
yeah, 7 blocks.
That's still 7 too many. Still 7 too many, but like I got the Knicks in Game 6. I'm rolling Knicks in 6. I'll put myself on Front Street, bro. I didn't think the Knicks could get this far. I didn't think they could get this far. You remember my conversation? I thought we'd be lucky to win 1. They went 2-0 up on Boston. Now it's 3-2. Excuse me. Now it's that was a 3-2 lead. We got to finish them off. I'm riding this train till the wheels come off. This is the best chance for us to get to the finals and win. Yeah. Every team in the league right now in this playoff looks beatable. We gotta take them out in game 6.
Indiana been on some fire lately. I ain't gonna lie, but before we get even to them, right? This is our best chance, right? Before we get into the history of Indiana, Chris, what was your expectations of the Knicks going into the series? Like, tell me how you feel.
I mean, obviously, everybody pulls. Oh, they were 0-8 against Boston, OKC, Cleveland, and one more team, or no, just those 3.
All the top teams.
All the 5. Any team that was over 500
couldn't get wins against blah blah blah. All that stuff before April. Like, if it ain't happening in April, I really don't care about it. Yes, it did have you a little bit skeptical. You like, I don't know what to expect out of these Knicks. I knew Brunson would show up. I didn't know if Mr. Big Purr was going to show up. He's
Mr. Big Purr.
And then Mikal, you might get 2 points or you might get 17 out of him every night. He's been doing at least what he needs to do for most of these playoffs. And OG, other guys been picking it up and helping out. But as a whole, it's just like I didn't think the Knicks would have. I'm never I'm a never say never kind of guy. So I was never on they'll just get one win. Like, I knew they would play Boston tough, even if it was a gentleman sweep or something. I knew all those games would be within a couple of points. I didn't see too many blowouts, but I didn't think the Knicks would have this much momentum. It's like they picked up crazy momentum getting out of that first round. Like, they beat the Pistons. And the Pistons team is a young team, but that's a good team. That was a test. And beating the Pistons is like took them to 6, and I wasn't, I thought that was going to be a little harder, but did what they had to do, and it's just the momentum, man. After that Pistons series, I'm like, who the hell are they supposed to be scared of now? And we just watched the Cleveland Frauds fizzle out, so we're
gonna talk about that.
And but that's a team I wasn't really sold on anyway. It was really Boston or Knicks. Knicks got those first 2, and I was like, yo, anything is possible. I do not believe in Halliburton and them guys in Corntown and to get it done. I don't think they'll pull it off, and I'm not scared. I don't know. As far as the West goes, I'm not scared of Shea and them in Oklahoma for some reason. Like, I think that's just a personal bias. I feel about Shea the way that a lot of like Drake fans feel that Kendrick raps. Like, this is boring. Turn this shit off. Like, I do not want to listen. I don't want to watch this. I'm done. I'm cool. Do a step back or something. Damn.
Stop going to the free throw line.
Three. Like, stop shooting the free throws. But he's a great player. I can't take that from him. I'm like, I don't know if they're battle tested enough. If they get out of the series with Denver, that'll be a good one. But I still at 3-2. I still got Denver. But we'll see tonight. And them look like they on fire, so they can play anybody. But that's another one of those when you get past, Ant and Randall been hooping, and I can count on Naz Reid. I feel like that's another guy that will show up off the bench or whatever. But kind of spotty from the rest of those guys. I just don't know if those lights is going to be too bright if they got to play the Nuggets. I think they got a much better chance playing OKC. As crazy as that sounds, even the Nuggets being on Hobbled and stuff, I do fear that horse racing European Serbian that's over there wearing number 15 on the Nuggets now. Like, I'm a little scared of that Jokic dude. Like, he's the only guy, the most seasoned guy left in the playoffs, right? The most seasoned leader left in the playoffs.
I agree with that.
Like, I can't count them out yet. So I don't know. It's going to be an interesting into it. I didn't think the Knicks would fizzle out. I knew they would at least get to this round and have to play the Celtics or whatever, but I didn't think they would go up 3-1. And it's not over yet. They still got to get a win. And we've seen crazier, even without Jason Tatum. I don't think they will. But Knicks got to finish this strong and get ready for Indiana. I think they'll get past Indiana, and I think the finals will be a pretty interesting one to watch.
You know what? We've all roughly around the same age. Like, we've never really seen the Knicks as long as we've all been alive in the conference finals, no less of finals. But again, this is feel like this is gonna be an episode where I gotta retract a lot of my statements. Tibbs has been coaching his behind off, man. Especially in this series.
Coach Tibbs, he's not in trouble no more.
I apologize. I was unfamiliar with your game. I was unfamiliar with your coaching, bro. I was unfamiliar.
He did because
this series has like I don't know like really what he's done differently from past series, from past games against Boston, but he's learned. Yeah. He's learned how to play them. He's basically saying, yo, if they hit threes, we're gonna try our best to keep up. But if they miss, we're gonna punch them. Yeah. We're getting high percentage shots. We're not gonna go band for band with them with the 3-ball. We're gonna get Cat inside as much as we can. Right. Which I need him to do in game 6. I need Big Purr inside doing damage. I don't want him all them step back, bro. He could get. I think when he starts driving to the basket, I think he's unstoppable. That is my. I think he's unstoppable when he start going to the basket. I need Mikal Bridges to keep doing his step. I need Mikal Bridges to work on that. Keep hitting the middies. That is a 99 overall midi. Yeah. He don't miss. I need them middies to keep going in. But I need Deuce McBride. I need all them boys to show up for game 6. We gotta win this because we don't win in game 7. Go ahead.
I asked this right about Deuce McBride. And shout out to Deuce for what he's been doing in the playoffs. I'm really proud of him. But the only thing that really just keep throwing me off, I know y'all peep this. When he does his mid-range fadeaway, or he does that fadeaway, you see the arc of his mid-range shot. You can't tell me that's not the highest rainbow mid-range shot you have ever seen. Yeah. Ever. Like, that is one hell of a shooting for him. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the Celtics and what they have been able to do after Jason Tatum's injury. And
thoughts and prayers with him, man. Speedy recovery.
Too, you know what I'm saying? Like that. It's crazy because immediately as soon as he went down, when he was going in agony, I knew that was the Achilles.
I think a lot of us knew, because I think players also know that, that's the Achilles. Like, they know when that's about to happen. Yeah. And when my dad came to me immediately when he went down and thinks that, it wasn't like a broken ankle or anything. I said, that's an Achilles, man. The way he's in pain, the way he covering his face, that is an Achilles. That news came out yesterday, I believe, too. That was a torn Achilles. So he not gonna be back till next season when you think about it. So that is unfortunate. It favors the Knicks now, but it actually favors all of the Eastern Conference next year, because now Boston's going to be hobbled. So now the doors are wide open for somebody to come out of that conference to go to the finals. But it is unfortunate for the game of basketball that much as I hate him, I just hate him because he plays with Boston. That dude is a hooper, bro. Mm-hmm. He single-handedly kept them in the game in game 4. Yeah. 40 points, man. He almost looked like a taller version of Steph Curry the way he was hitting them threes.
Yo, he was going. I don't know what it was. Like, who was he? But he was just getting whatever. I ain't gonna lie. I was saying stick OG on it. Stick Mikal Bridges on it.
He had a lot of switches on Mitchell Robinson, though. He had a lot of switches, which I don't kind of like. I don't want Mitch on Jason Tatum or Brown. That is just a mismatch.
That was the thing with that game. They just kept switching everything. And I feel like that was the same case in this last game as to why there were so many fouls. How many times did Jalen Brunson actually go against Jalen Brown, who was actually primarily doing really good last night?
Yeah. Shout out Brown. He played a great game. He locked down JB.
Yeah, but we still got the real JB at the end of the day. But yeah, but the Knicks, this is their last chance. Honestly. Because if they go back to Boston with that same energy that Boston got right now, knowing that their star player went down and they could ride on Jalen Brown and the way that Derek White is playing, it is hard to stop that momentum. They have a newfound momentum after winning that game yesterday. So if you guys cannot close it out, if we cannot close it out in the Garden, tomorrow is a done deal.
Now, that was also the only road loss the team ever suffered to the Knicks in terms of the playoffs. So they've been like basically the road warriors going in people's building and winning. But now you asking them to go into game 7 in Boston, where Peyton Pritchard, their right, might bust out like they secret sauce. It's like he said, night. It's gonna be night.
No. I'm not agreeing with y'all. I'm completely disagreeing right now. You go to 7, 8, 9. You go to Prime Steakhouse, whatever you want to do. Knicks and 6. That's what I'm saying. Wrap this thing up. Get them out of there. Even if they go to 7.
I believe.
I know. I want them to end this in 6. I'm just like, my worry is like, bro, I feel like it's like y'all want to give me like raise my heart pressure, bro. Like, I don't need a game 7, bro. I want y'all to win and rest up in Indy.
They go to 7. It might be a nice game, but I do not. I'm looking y'all in the eyes metaphorically through the screen. Y'all don't believe in Jalen Brown winning those game 6 and 7. And truthfully, if they win, that's just a bigger case that I have against Tatum. I don't like Duke because I don't like the Celtics. I've never been a Tatum fan. So if they win, I'm just say he's overrated, and they could have did it without him. So
I will echo his statements from Mo. Mo does not believe in Jaylen Brown as well.
Nobody believes in Jaylen Brown. Not
as a number one. Not as a number one.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna agree with y'all on that. I have slight belief in Jaylen Brown to actually do something. No bully, but it depends if the team around him help. Just like last night, if you got a Derek White stepping up, great. You don't need a 7-block game from Luke Cornett again, but if you can get at least a 17 to 20 point game from Porzingis, oh yeah, then we in trouble. You know,
it's something wrong with Porzingis now, though. I don't know what's going on with him. He don't even look like himself.
Yeah, I don't know if he's hurt or still recovering from an injury, but he hasn't had that breakout game like I thought he was going to have this series.
I thought he was going to be I thought he was going to be able to be a big factor in the series. To be honest, I even thought Horford would do more just because that old man shows up when it's playoff time because he's been here so much, but. I don't know.
Horford been hitting his open threes. That's all you can ask if you're a Boston Celtics fan.
Yeah, he's gonna do that regardless.
All right, we gonna move on. We gotta move on. But there was another game that happened yesterday, and Anthony Edwards, aka Anthnos, has collected another Infinity Stone. He has collected another one. He added. Yo, I don't know if it was ESPN or not. They had Draymond Green as one of the Infinity Stones. I was crying, bro. I was like, why they do Draymond like that instead of Steph? But fine, Steph was out, so you couldn't really do stuff. But he added another. Yo, I called him the Legend Killer. This is Randy Orton at this point.
Randy Orton, yes. Thank you.
This is the Legend Killer.
All topic because I'm like the type of run he's on. This is literally Legend Killer run. Yo, he was really
Chris, back-to-back Western Conference Finals appearance. Ant ain't been in the league that long, bro.
Listen, may I interject? Okay, the Lakers team was not equipped to beat that Timberwolves team at all. We know LeBron, the glorious king. We know Luka, the new European black sheep. Now all of a sudden, we know that was supposed to happen. The Lakers have no center.
They did.
Rudy Gobert was a pivotal point. I love Ant, and I truly think he's going to be the next face in the NBA when Bron's done and everything. I wouldn't even mind seeing him get a ring. But I just was arguing with a friend earlier this morning, from last night into earlier this morning, about Ant's path being so hard. I'm like, bro, they beat the Lakers, who wasn't even that tough of a team. They had a decent, they were the 3rd seed, but that whole 3 through 7 was jumbled up anyway. The Lakers was all one game from being completely flipped. The Timberwolves could have been 3rd seed. We'd be talking about something different. And they beat the Warriors without Steph in 2025. I'm not the year of our Lord. I'm not giving you a cookie for that. Like, that's you supposed to do that. He's doing what he's supposed to do. I'll give him that. You definitely doing what you're supposed to do. But I feel like too many people are quickly tagging him this Legend Killer or whatever when he's kind of just
nice. He ain't that.
He's supposed to be winning.
So let me ask you this, right? Do you feel like his run last playoffs was more of a Legend Killer run?
Who'd they have first round last playoffs?
They beat Denver. They beat damn near everybody last playoffs.
Denver in the second round, and then they went to and they lost in the conference finals.
Who's the first round that they played? They beat Denver in the second.
They played
the Clippers.
They faced the Suns.
Oh, Suns. Yes, it was the Suns. It was
KD and them. That was
that's a weird one to me too. Kind of like the Lakers. Like Chris kind of convinced me with the Lakers. Like, all right, they were not equipped to win that series as much as people picked them to win.
But
I'm not saying that it wasn't
game 3. They almost won. I'm sorry. Was it game 3 or game 4? Whenever it was a game in Minnesota when they had lost on some BS play in the 4th quarter.
Oh yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
It was game 3 or game 4, but they could have won one of those games. The Lakers could have. Because how did they go? They went. What? They lost 4-1?
They could have won. They could have pushed it. I think
they could have. Okay.
But when you think about it, but it's like they could have put. But like when you think about it, it's like the Lakers. Like Chris said, the Lakers had no center.
They had no center.
Like Rudy Gobert was looking like prime KG out there, bro.
Yo, but do you see how many games it took him to actually figure that out?
Yeah,
that's Rudy Gobert. That's just Rudy Gobert, bro.
On his team, like it took him so long for that. That's what I'm saying. Like it to a degree, they should have won. So I can't thoroughly agree with you saying that, like, you know, that wasn't a hard. It still was a hard path.
Right? It was also bad coaching from JJ Redick in back-to-back games.
Hello.
Like didn't sub in the second half. You didn't even put what's my man Jackson Hayes.
Jackson Hayes didn't touch the floor, and one of them
that was also bad too.
That was terrible decision. That was a terrible decision.
I understand the man may not have that much of an offensive game to him right now. Yes, all right, lob threat, whatever. But you play the majority of the season going up to the playoffs. What and you give him no minute? That's just like what happened last night with Jonathan Kuminga. It's
that's a whole nother discussion we gotta dive into because John Kuminga, bro, was god awful. God awful.
Yeah, he was, but what the fuck could they do? Be honest. Like what could the Warriors really have done at this point? When you've seen to a degree, that is one of the deepest teams out west. So if it is, let's just say what's it called? Denver beats OKC. Now you got two of the deepest teams. Well, actually, no, even if you beat OKC, even though OKC, that's still a good team. Anyway, right? You have the depth of this team being able to just go against this other team that got so much depth that the matchup actually might end up being something really, 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 really good. You know what I mean? I think it's just going to be it will add to Ant's legacy because if you go against either Denver or OKC, that's putting them up there. You have to give them that legend killer status. Like
now, can I interject one more time?
Yes,
he beats Denver at this point. Denver used to be a good team. Now I'm kind of more convinced that Jokic is the guy, and Aaron Gordon. When Murray's supposed to be the two, I've been like trusting Aaron Gordon more than anybody. Michael Porter Jr. He need to go to Lawnside Park and go get some shots up. He might as well just go back to Missouri. So I don't know what's up with him. I don't know why they even paid that dude the money. But if he beats Denver, I'll give him the tag. If he beats OKC, they're a good team, but I don't believe that OKC is like even battle tested enough. I think they're just a young team, and I wouldn't be surprised if Ant really BTA'd OKC. I think Denver would give them more of a run just because of having more of that championship pedigree. I just don't know if it's
I agree. I can see that
OKC's time yet. They might the lights might be a little too bright versus Ant because he's not going to let off on him. He's really going to be like. He's going to be going for blood against OKC, but
I feel like Jalen Williams
and will be going for blood. I want to add context to the Kuminga thing. I know I said god awful. I know he had 26. I'm saying god awful because he's 0 for 7 every time he plays 20 plus minutes, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like that is a concerning stat that your team can't win when you play 20 plus minutes. Yeah. So something is wrong there.
So let me ask you this: do you think he's going to end up staying with Golden State after this, or he's gonna go
I don't even know what the Golden State future is right now. Do they like you're gonna keep Dre, you're gonna keep Steph. Obviously, I think you're gonna continue to keep Jimmy. What else? Do you try to add another superstar? We know KD's gonna be on the market, but do you have the draft capital to even pieces to even trade for KD? Devin Booker's out there. What do you do with Devin Booker?
That's too many guards.
It will be too many guards. But it's like there's so many. Golden State is a weird team I feel like that's gonna be there, but We'll add them in they could compete, but can they really compete when the time comes?
Yeah, I believe they could. It's just a matter of just filling out the pieces. Like I said, I think if Jonathan Kuminga does come, he has a chance of coming back to the team. But at the same time, after what Steve Kerr did, just like we was just comparing it to, but after what he did, to JJ Redick and barely putting them in the series, I understand that he did have his struggles. But there was desperately times where they actually needed a Jonathan Kuminga to be in there. They needed a Moses Moody to actually step up and be a little bit better.
I mean, I watched Julius Randle hit a Steph Curry shot, and they paying the Steph Curry like I was crying. I was crying when I saw that, bro.
That was crazy, because Drew was really hit, bro.
He was 2 for 6, and it was that's the crazy. It was only like from outside the arc is what I'm talking about. From the 3-point, he was only 2 for 6, bro. He only hit like 2 of them.
He was actually a little bit further back from the 3. That's why I was like, all right, it was one of those it was a Steph Curry shot. That's why they panned to him. You're like,
no, he was like, yo, what the fuck? Who was this dude? But and also Julius Randle has made it to the conference finals before the Knicks, which is I think it's actually why I feel like they need to win Game 6 because that is going to look terrible if the dude you traded away makes the conference finals before your squad. So especially when you up 3-1. But shout out Julius Randle though. He had 29, bro. We got
to stress that out because I think a lot of people are actually bringing that up too. All season had been a thing of who lost the trade? Both teams made out fine.
Yes, I agree.
More of an adjustment period for the Wolves, but we also sent DiVincenzo over there as well. You got to remember that.
And he heavily struggled in this Golden State's Yeah,
I agree.
Thank you. Randall has found a resurgence. He played great these playoffs. He wasn't playing amazing all season long. He played great these playoffs. But I really, truly, as much as I've not been a big per fan, he was the better fit on this Knicks team than Randall. Randall wasn't always. He's taking the passenger seat as the number 2 a whole lot better next to Ant. Maybe he didn't think Brunson was worthy of it or something. But it seemed like Randall didn't want to relinquish that number 1 spot in New York, and I think the move was cool. I think Cat just fits his team a lot better. But I had to address that because I'm seeing people on Twitter like, "Oh, Knicks gotta feel salty." like, no,
nah. Even we talked about that too, Sean. When that trade happened, it was kind of like we knew the Knicks got what they wanted. We just didn't know how Randall was going to fit with Anthony Edwards being the dominant ball handler. He's fit perfectly. He's had a resurgence. He was cooking. I'm like, he was legit cooking in this game last night, bro. I'm like, yo, that's the Julius Randle I'm familiar with, bro. Because people sleep on Julius Randle. Julius Randle is an easy 2015 guy. Easy 2015.
It was just a matter of you can't make him the primary scorer in every situation. You can't be if he's a comfortable number 2, especially next to Ant. By all means, it took him some time to get used to it, but it was an easier adjustment period than it was in New York trying to do it with Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on, well, Anthony Edwards and the Wolves will await between OKC and Denver, who gonna come out of that series. But we got to talk about another team who got sent home and is awaiting their opponent in the conference finals. The Cavs. GG. Back it up.
Yeah.
Cancun.
I want to hear Chris' opinion on this real quick. Like, what's not even just the series? What do you feel about that team? Like, do you feel like that team is defeated? Are they shocked? Are they? What do you think is the feeling of the Cavaliers right now?
It's like maybe I don't know. Hopefully Donovan Mitchell went to sleep by now because I know his ass is tired. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, hurt everything, bro. His back gotta be hurting.
He wasn't. He said he didn't sleep. At the day after they lost. When they lose, Monday or Tuesday?
They lost
Tuesday, I believe.
It was Tuesday. Yes,
Tuesday. I know it was like either Wednesday morning or something, and he said he hadn't sleep. Like, bro, go ahead. Coco Jones is waiting for you. Go get in bed, bro. go get in bed. You still won, bro. Like, go get in bed. But yeah, I don't. It's just like I don't. Certain guys just don't scare me, and I know, and everybody's not supposed to scare you, but sometimes the number 1 on a team, I feel like to win a championship in the NBA, you gotta have somebody got to be a killer. Somebody got to put fear in other guys' heart. And Donovan Mitchell is a hell of a scorer, but it's just I'm not like they could have been number 1 seed, they could have been 0 seed, they could have got a bye in the first round, and I still would have said they're not going to win a ring, just because I didn't believe in the Cavs. So them losing to the Pacers, them getting embarrassed by the Pacers like that was a little bit of a shock, but I'm not like super thrown off that they lost to them. I'm kind of just like, oh well, it was. Garland didn't know what was going on with Garland. He ain't looked like himself in a while. So it was
Let's take that into account too.
I've said that. You know what I feel about Garland right now. I think everybody not named Donovan Mitchell, we gotta have a business decision, bro.
I would leave Mobley around too, though.
Mobley was good. Mobley, I agree. He showed up. But
Mitchell is going. Mitchell going to get his off. He going to empty the clip. I don't care if he go 10 for 40 in the last game. Like, if you're going to die, you are the number 1 guy. You are the star here. You're supposed to. But he is another one of those guys that I think if in 5 to 7 years, if we having conversations about him like we have about DeMar DeRozan or I don't want to say a James Harden, but like a guy that's been good, but just we
can't
don't
get over the hump.
Look to him no more to get over that hump. I won't be surprised if we have those conversations in several years about Donovan Mitchell.
That's actually a good take, because I think that's a lot of people feeling like, yo, he hasn't been to the conference finals. He's never won in the semifinals, even back to his Utah days. This is just another like failure in most people's eyes as a superstar. And like, and I'm not saying he played bad. I'm not saying he showed up. He showed up. What we're saying is like he can't. Yeah. It's just like it feels like the pieces around him don't show up at all. Not even feel like we know the pieces around him don't really show up outside of Mobley, because Darius Garland didn't really play. He was hurt. A lot of people question that, like, yo, dude, like, and I'm not want to question a player's injury, but it's like it's playoff time, bro. This ain't the regular season when you got time to like recover and stuff. You got to play.
I mean, it wasn't.
You got to get on there and play.
Too. But then again, how can I make that excuse for him when there was Michael Porter Jr.? You see a sleeve on his shoulder, literally. He's chucking up shots, like literally shooting sideways. You know what I'm saying? So like the only thing in regards to this that I would say is that Donovan Mitchell has been elevating every team that he went to. Ever since he got to the league, the Jazz. Yes. They've blown up and they got into the playoffs within their first or second year with him being on the team. As soon as he got to the Cavs were an elevated team, and now all of a sudden we're looking at the Cavs as a playoff team. Mm-hmm. So I don't necessarily want to say like he's gonna have that narrative of just damn he can't get over the hump. You could give him he could have the projection of how James Harden's career is going right now, right? Based off what we're seeing, prolific scorer, really great. Has good teammates around him, but doesn't get over the hump. I get that. But he elevates every team he goes to. Elevates them regardless. Can they put the right pieces around him? They got one in Evan Mobley. All right, cool. Everybody was also injured into this series to begin with, which I feel like a lot of people are taking away and not really taking into account as much as they got embarrassed by. You would thought their depth, because they were one of the deepest teams in the Eastern Conference, but their depth is what tied Jerome shit at the bed. Can't even lie. Shout out to Ty Jerome because he was actually a candidate for and a finalist for one of the Sixth Man of the Year award, but they didn't get it. Lost to Peyton Pritchard, but still a good player. Shit at the bed in the playoffs. You got Max Strus. This one was this was messed up. They set him up for this one. He texted the team talking about some. If you ain't going.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, don't show up today. Don't show up to work today. My boy went 0 for 9.
0 for 9.
Yeah, that was bad, bro. That was
crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then also DeAndre Hunter, he just got some teams. I'm not even gonna put too much like blame on him, even though he should have did better. But take into account, it's my last point I'm gonna make in regards to this team. I mean, this point. The Indiana Pacers a couple years ago, just most of them are still on that team after the Tyrese Halliburton trade. This is the same exact team that was historically known for their pace and their high-scoring offense a couple years ago. One of the best in NBA history. And all Rick Carlisle has done is just draft the right players to fit that same mold into that system. So we're looking at, this is a lucky-ass Pacers team. But no, this is actually a historic-ass particular team, but this is a historic coach playing at this historic style, which is giving these players this historic type of run. You know what I mean? For Indiana, because they have a chance to go to the finals for the first time since 2000.
Yeah,
you know
that's when Reggie and them. Yeah, that's a long.
You know what I mean? Like
25 years. Jeez.
Yo,
what's this timestamp? 32 minutes. Because I need to bring this up to my friend. We've been arguing. He's a Cavs fan, but we've been arguing about. Well, one of them's a Cavs fan. The other one's just clueless. But we've been arguing about Doc Rivers because boy. Since he went to the Bucks, I'm like, bro, Doc Rivers is just ass. That's all it is. Like he's just not doing it. And
Sean, like, what did I say?
It's not always on the coaches. Sometimes the players don't show up. Blah blah. I'm like, bro, it's been 15 years. It's been 15 years. Maybe it is.
It's one of our older episodes too. What did I say about Doc? I don't call him Doc. I call him Glenn. Doctors are supposed to heal. Doctors are supposed to heal. He don't heal, bro. He's not good. I call him Glenn. His name is Glenn. His head coach, Glenn Rivers.
That's awesome.
Like Doc is like legit. Doc has had so much talent, has only amounted to one championship, and that to me, that is a glaring.
They saved it.
That is glaring to me. But everybody knew he was putting his job application when he was working for ESPN to the Bucks. But like, man, this is what I would do. This is what I would do. I would do that. Like, bro, we know what you doing. You've lost.
We would do. Yeah.
You've blown a 3-1 lead in a bubble. That was historic. It was like you lost.
Teams at that.
Multiple 3-1 leads. You blow multiple 3-1 leads.
Yeah. So I don't. It was, but that's Carlisle came up. My friend was like, oh, you hate on Doc.
Shout out Mo.
Go home. Go home. Like, there you go. But anyhow, he brought up Carlisle. He's like, you don't ever talk about Carlisle or Thibodeau. I'm like, bro, Thibodeau, I'd call him a YMCA coach. He's like a little league coach. He just tries to run his guys, lead the best guys on the floor. I don't love his coaching style, but he's been impressive.
I don't either.
His playoffs finally.
Yeah.
And Carlisle is just actually maybe just a good coach. Like these bums that just beat Doc Rivers 2 years in a row that sent him home. Maybe they're just actually a well-coached team. So
is one of them Fred? I'm curious. One of them Fred?
No, Tariq is a Cavs fan.
Tariq, I knew one of them had to be Fred. I feel like Fred was the Cavs fan.
Nah, he's a Sixers fan. He don't know what's going on in life.
Yeah, Fred got a lot going on. It sounds like, I'll tell you that.
Nah, our boy Fred is like diehard Cavs, man. But I don't know what their future is right now. I think you might have to start looking at maybe adding some pieces. You might, I get it that you're hurt. Maybe you want to run it back to see what you can do. But again, and I'm glad Mo was there because he called my team frauds all season long. For half a season, he called my team frauds. Now we know who the real frauds were.
Yep.
It was Cleveland.
Mo saw my tweet after, I think, the first Clippers game. I said, if y'all let Kawhi pull the wool over your eyes again, you're dumb.
Yeah.
Don't do it. After Clippers game 1. And I love Kawhi, but, bro, I've seen this too many times. Don't let him pull that wool over your eyes. They will fall apart. And they did fall apart very quickly.
Oh, bro, game 7, bro. We went to go see Thunderbolts. I was letting that dude have it after the game. Don't credit his roll. That just said, yo, Clippers are down 30. I said, let's go. Hey, Superman, Batman, don't matter. Joker in 5.
Joker in 5.
Joker in 5. Kawhi Leonard. Hey, don't give me Joker. Don't matter. That's your MVP, right? The MVP you keep voting for, right? That European white man. He keep beating you, right? He beats your team again. That's crazy, bro. Couldn't be me.
They did look good this year. The Clippers looked good.
They did.
I thought if they did.
I had them in series. I had them in 7.
I thought if they could get past the Nuggets, they would be ready.
Too.
Like they might actually be able to go ahead and do it. I think I tweeted that. I said winner of this series might win the finals for real. But
he going crazy. He going crazy in the chat now.
Yeah,
shout out Mo, bro. Y'all, Mo been in the chat. Mo been on the show.
Oh, now you're wilding with that.
Some super chat.
Nah. You know,
some super chat.
I ain't gonna lie. He gonna retire, bro. James Harden, he's like, yeah, I'm done, bro.
Hey, bro, I think James Harden might need to start thinking about it, bro. I don't know.
If not, I'm just
there's
saying,
nothing you could do.
If
that trade happens, do you want to really see the Bucks fans really want to see James Harden on their squad with Doc Rivers? Like we saw this before.
No.
Like y'all saw that before firsthand.
I even want to see it, to be honest. That is just no.
But yeah, that is not a good look. So Cavs out of here. They in Cancun. Donovan Mitchell is depressed, but at the same time, he got Coco Jones, so he'll be happy soon enough.
He got Coco Jones and $200 million.
You'll be sad.
We do have one last game to talk about, and it is we already dove in on the Knicks, man. We gotta talk about the Thunder and Nuggets. Game 6 is tonight. Do the Nuggets force Game 7? It is in Denver, or do Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and OKC get ready to face the Thanos and them, Anthony and them?
I mean, bro, this series, I still got Denver. You can't underestimate the heart of a champion.
Mm-hmm. I got Denver in 7.
I
got Denver in 7. I love what OKC's been doing too.
But that's the thing. I can't just doubt OKC though. You know what I'm saying? Like when Chet plays and he steps up, and especially when he's doing that down low play, alley-ooping it to Hardenstein. And then you got him dishing it off to dudes in the corner. Like, yo, this team is built to win. Are they ready for it? Is the real question against this team. And because Jokic is, got that experience, and not let alone just because he won the championship, but how many times Jokic has been in the playoffs by himself? He may have gotten out at the first round, but he's been in moments where he's dealt with this. So D Mr. Stephon, bro. Chill, bro.
Yo, why Stephon get shot, bro?
Nah, chill. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, was just chilling at the Garden with Cardi. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, he happy too. Like, I'm happy. Like, I could be happy off the court. Dang.
You know what I'm saying? Just like Coke. You know what I'm saying? Just like Donovan Mitchell and Coco Jones. You know what I'm saying?
Like, let the man be happy. Let the man be happy. But like, Shomer, as you were saying, about the Nuggets winning tonight,
it was just. I just believe in Denver more. Just you can't underestimate the heart of a champion, and I learned that in the Clipper series. Sorry, Mo, but I honestly learned that in the Clipper series because I really had them winning. But then when I look at how how Denver can lock in, especially with a healthy Jamal Murray, which I still feel is the X factor till this day, even though he's questionable tonight. So keep in mind for that, people. This team could go really far. And I kind of lost my point towards the end, but this team can go really far. You know what I'm saying? Chris, what you got to say in regards to this?
You could bring up Shea. You could take a trip to the Bay. You could feed a cow some hay.
Oh my God.
Nuggets is 7.
Denver is
Nuggets is 7.
Bro, come on. It's not. I'm not even feeding in all that crap. I didn't seen this story before too many times. The fat Serbian is going to do a few of them Moyenda shots at the courts that nobody believes he's supposed to make, and they're going to keep going in. And tonight he'll have like 31, 17, and 12 or some ridiculous stat line. And as long as one of them light skins just show up and help him out a little bit, he might be able to get over the hump. Well, I think they will, to be honest. Like I think they will. It might be a close game.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see one of them like game 6 blowouts. Like if it looks like it's getting out of control a little bit, OKC kind of lets off the gas and just gets ready for game 7. Because game 7, they're in Denver tonight, right?
Yeah, they're in Denver tonight.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they like let off the gas or whatever if Nuggets got a nice little lead, but I'm just not convinced by OKC yet.
So do you think, like to Mo's point, right? What X factor of the role players are actually? Well, he has another point.
Mo, I might as well put Mo came on the show, bro, for this.
Exactly.
Tonight.
I was like, yeah, shout out Mo, man, for real. This is really.
I think he had work. I think he had some studying to do, some work. But I definitely would have had Mo come on. I gotta have both. I gotta have Elzai come on.
You're dealing, but Mo, you're dealing with an injured Michael Porter Jr. He's injured. His shooting is completely off because of that. Yes, we saw what happened in the last year's playoff. Okay, he wasn't thoroughly there all the way. All right, cool. His brother got locked up for damn betting and shit. I wouldn't be thoroughly there too. You know what I'm saying? Like
he rolls in the NBA. Bro. Never thought I'd see it.
Just saying, but like he's actually injured, so he's hindered. And remember, taking account the back injury that he's always been dealing with since he got into the league. So that comes up from rising up and shooting, and he's trying. He's trying.
Yeah, Ben Simmons.
Oh man, Jet Ben just I don't know. Love to see like I can't wait till the next season of After the Buzzer because I'm gonna get on that.
Hyped about that too. Ben Simmons, he was hyped about that. I was like,
oh
okay.
my gosh, bro.
Yo, well, I don't know why Mo allows like the wool to be pulled over his eyes. I literally tell him like, bro, like you know ball, bro. I know you know ball. We talk ball 24/7. Why are you allowing this to happen to you, bro?
Was he excited
thought he would help Simmons?
Yes, he was expecting something from Ben Simmons.
I thought he would help the Clippers a little bit. I thought he would come in with the second group, play some defense, make some passes. That's all.
He said, "How Antman a Legend Killer for being a team with no Curry?"
You got a point.
Hey, did Draymond not a legend, bro? That count? Yeah, he legend. I'm joking though. You know I'm joking, but hey, I still beat him. Add him to my collection. Hey, boom, done. Draymond. What? Y'all all in the comp. Hey, shout out everybody that pulled up to the comp to the show, man.
So how is Antman legend? You could play like Brian Klay Thompson against the Clippers. I don't want to hear it.
You talking about MPJ?
He might be. He might be.
Did I tell you the story about how we went to go? I went to go do movie night at Mo crib, and I missed like that entire game. I missed that entire game. So I come in at the last second. Aaron Gordon hit the buzzer beater. That man was depressed. I was like, "Hey, yo, what happened? The game over." He said, "Bro, the game over." He was like, "The game over." Aaron Gordon hit a buzzer beater. Like, just I said, "What?
That happened.
So HK said Murray gonna drop 40 tonight. I got Joker dropping 40. I got Joker dropping 40. I think Murray gonna need 30. I think Murray gonna need 30.
Man, I just don't know. It's just he's the X factor to me. I'm telling you, he was the X factor in the last series, and he's still gonna be the X factor in this series. But the thing is, I don't want a 20-point, 30-point game. I mean, 25 to 20-point game from Jamal Murray, and you shooting like 9 for 25, dog. Like that's the problem.
Why I say you need 30, bro. You need 30 now, bro.
But not even just 30. Make it efficient. When a Jamal Murray's efficient, that team is unbeatable. Yeah. But I want to know these X factors that Mo is talking about on this
chat.
Who's the X factor for Denver? If he's so like,
I would say in his, I think knowing Mo the way I do, I think the X factor in his eyes would be probably Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. I think those would probably be the X factors, like you said, Brown. Like
Brown doing pretty good for these. You know what I'm saying? I think it's been other.
They're gonna do what they're supposed to do. You need Aaron Gordon to do his 12 or more points and just.
Shoot, AP. I was right the first two. Russ is an interesting. Yeah, that's a good one.
I'll give you that one. As a guy who always bets on Russ to get 5 rebounds, which is one of my favorite bets if anybody's a gambler in here, Russ to get 5 rebounds. I do think, especially against this OKC team, I don't know, because these last couple games he's been trashed. Russ is gonna try. That's one thing. He's at least gonna try. It might look terrible. He might start airballing shit, but he's gonna try. So I think he'll try. It's just a matter of, does he get a couple of them little like easy layups to like kind of get him some confidence? Maybe hit a midi to get some confidence. Maybe even hit an open three to get some confidence, and just stay around and affect the game.
I talked about that, I think, at the game 1 or game 2 with I think last series, that if Russ is hitting his open shots, I think the Denver Nuggets are going to be a problem. They can beat anybody. But that's the thing. Russ don't always hit his open shot, so it's never always a problem. So if Russ hits open shot tonight, we got a game 7.
I mean, that's if OKC even leaves them open. You know, they're not going to be just like how they'll just give them the wide open 3. Chris, you got to stop with those.
Mo used to be one. That's why. That's the funny part about it. Mo used to be a gambler.
I know he should have stopped because he spelled parlay wrong. So I hope he stopped gambling.
Sometimes, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I know we can talk about basketball, but hey, football time come. That's when the parlays hit.
H right.
Listen, and like I just told y'all, if you follow the W close enough, them lines be
terrible.
They don't be where they supposed to be. If you follow WNBA, you could make some money off WNBA. They be having stars at 17 points. I was like, oh yeah, give me that.
Give me that 17. Yeah, I take that.
Yeah, no, that's another one. That's a little.
I think my barber started getting on the dub parlays too.
Yeah, you got to.
Like my dad might be on the next for all I know. Like my dad be all over the parlays. But Chalmers, anything left to talk about, man? It might be a relatively short episode today.
I think that's
wait. I do have something.
At what KP just said. The last thing he said Russ can't try tonight. He has to play well.
He has to play well. This has to be a good game tonight.
He's gonna try regardless. Like he's going to try. That's the thing. That's one thing for sure, Russ. He's gonna try.
Fact.
But it's just that shit gonna actually work or look crazy.
But honestly, like I said, what's our final verdict for the series?
I got Denver in 7.
Yeah,
Denver in 7.
I think we're gonna get Antman and Joker, which I think is gonna be a fire series.
That's gonna be a great series.
Don't discount that. Ant hasn't done it before. He done it before.
Like I'm about to say, and that's why I think it's like we might be looking at the future face of the league, possibly winning his first championship within the first 5 years of his career. And I can't even think of the last. I can't even think of the last player, like franchise player, that did that. I really cannot think of that. Like
except for D Wade,
D Wade. I'm gonna say D Wade. What Kobe? Like Kobe, I think maybe before that, Kobe and Shaq. No, definitely Kobe.
They both had Shaq.
So. I think by Kobe's 5th year, he was able to win that chip because I think he got drafted in 96.
Yeah,
about a 5th year,
like 96, 97 around there.
4th year, golly, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time, and Kobe wasn't even Kobe by the time like that shit happened. It was like after that, it was that second and third shit where he evolved into what we all loved about him. What else? Oh yeah, the NBA is rigged. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how rigged the NBA is.
Yes, this is a great
the lottery.
I got the best conspiracy. I've been waiting to share this. Go
ahead. You got ISO, Chris.
Listen, okay. The NBA rigged the draft lottery completely. And we've seen LeBron laugh about it before. He brought it up on like an episode of The Shop before, like, oh, y'all know I went to Cleveland because like it made sense. The NBA rigged the lottery to ignite. Basically, they gave Dallas, who had a 1.8% chance of getting the first pick. They got the first pick, and they're going to draft the first American-born white player since 1977, I believe, as the number 1 overall. Adam Silver knew he needed some ratings. They rigged this to create a rivalry between the European black sheep now, who they already putting in that James Harden box of you can't win with this style of play, blah, blah, blah. They send him out to Hollywood with the washed, glorious king. They send him out there, and now they start this new rivalry with the new great white hype. They get another Duke guy, and that's their ratings. They're going to have the Duke guy with a couple other guys that kind of been written off, and they'll be able to run against the European black sheep and the washed king on his last leg. So
I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly because that was my opinion. That was my thoughts. Like this is literally like, you create like the team that traded Luka Doncic, franchise player in everybody's eye, cornerstone diamond to the Los Angeles Lakers. It ends up with the overall pick in the same year. Get out of here, bro.
How the hell does that even work?
Like right now, low key, Adam Silver has been stealing people's scripts, bro. Because we might be having Brunson and Halliburton in the conference final. WWE just did that, and now we got this. Nah, bro, come on.
Adam McMahon.
I ain't gonna lie, that's
Adam McMahon is crazy.
I ain't even think about that. That's actually kind of wild now. But I highly doubt it. It's either go to conspiracy theories. Don't even not doing it. But that was BS and it was rigged. How the hell do you get a 1.8 chance? The last time they had something like that was when Orlando won back-to-back number one picks.
Mm-hmm.
And that was back then. You know what I mean?
I do have one question for the panel. What are the chances? Now, again, this is just rumors. You know, this always starts when whoever gets number one overall pick. What are the chances Dallas? Again, this is Nico Harrison. What are the chances Dallas might trade number one pick to get somebody else? Let's say if they want,
won't allow it.
They probably wouldn't allow it. But let's say they traded for Giannis. Let's say they traded for Devin Booker. Like who is it a good trade? I mean, I might be getting Devin Booker or Giannis.
I don't like the Booker trade because you know how I just talked about how we might have these conversations about Donovan Mitchell in a few years. I've been having them conversations about Book for like 2-3 years already. He's a great player. He's a star, whatever. He will not get your team over the hump. He's not, and he already showed us that.
He's not a team elevator, though.
He's not a team elevator.
He's not an elevator.
But to rebut that point, I could say Chris Paul is a team elevator, and he never got over the hump. He went to OKC and got them to the playoffs. He even had the Spurs looking a little more cohesive last year. Like, so I don't.
Spurs are going to be.
I would move Giannis because I feel like it's just too old. You might as well just get the younger blood and just go with it. But it's Nico Harrison we talking about here, so who knows?
That's what I'm saying. This is like this is the first time I'm looking at these don't sound like rumors. This sound like a Nico Harrison idea because he traded Luka Doncic. So and again, he got he's got everybody thinking, yo, you were right about Luka as well with the whole Luka at the end of the Lakers playoff run too. Mm-hmm. So you got even
like hard.
Yeah. Fact. Like so now it's like you get Cooper Flag, which is gonna be a crazy lineup with Derek Lively, Anthony Davis, Kyrie, and Cooper Flag. If Cooper Flag come in and he can ball right out the gate, and we know he could ball from in college, but let's see if he could ball in the pros with all these great players against them. If he could ball out there, bro, Dallas is a scary team. It's gonna be a scary team for the next 3 years.
Very much so. And it's funny because I said off rip, I said a lot of people's like, oh, they lost the trade so bad. This is before AD and Kyrie got hurt. I was like, yo, they in a decent position. They got a little bit. They got like the roster got a little better because I just didn't love Luka's fit there. And Dame and Luka probably my two favorite players in the NBA right now. Like since Melo then retired, like I like Dame and Luka the most. But I felt like Luka just needed to get out of Dallas. Maybe not that way or that abruptly or that overnight trade. Yeah, like I thought that was kind of stupid. But I didn't when they like looking at that team, I was like, yo, this team is set up like not bad. And if AD and Kyrie could stay healthy, and then you got Cooper Flag, who as much as I hate Duke, he's a hooper for real. So it might be all right.
So Giannis is only 30 and very durable. Taking that trade immediately. Ain't no way you expect AD and Kyrie to play for any more than 3 to 4 years. At all-star.
Wait. This is hold on. Mo being a Dame fan and pick 2025. Tomato.
You a Clippers fan?
Yeah, like what
bro, come on, bro. Yo, next I'm glad me and you gotta talk. We gonna be talking tonight probably, but we got scheduled like next time.
Closet. Moyenda, find your nearest closet and hang it up.
he don't got nothing to hang. He don't got no jerseys.
Let's get Mo on here for when the finals start. I gotta get him on here just so we can talk.
Oh
yeah.
You
gotta get him on here for the finals.
But yeah, that was the last thing I kind of wanted to talk about the draft being not the lottery being rigged. Because ain't no way that team ends up with the number one overall pick after everything they did this season. And I like the idea that tanking is not rewarded, but dang, I know that's got to be a kick in the ball, especially for Sixers fans. That's like that was betting on getting Cooper Flag.
Not even just that. You got the fucking Wizards kicking themselves. This is the team that really shouldn't deserve it because it pissed me off because they're in it every single freaking year. The damn Hornets. Shit. Yeah. They really do. They deserve to suffer. No funny shit. Because how the hell do you just do this bad every single year to start the season? I get it from LaMelo's standpoint, but y'all are still professional basketball players, son.
They taking on purpose. Yeah,
it's been 20-some years, bro.
How?
20-some years. They are just trash.
They are bad. They're just bad, and they got too much talent to be this bad to me, bro. I think they got a solid team, man.
Got talent.
I watched Detroit rise to the ashes with Cade Cunningham. It took JB Bickerstaff, but dang it, he got them boys playing hard, bro. They got Cade Cunningham, young Draymond. They got a crew on there, bro. I'm talking about Isaiah Stewart. That's young Draymond.
The last time the Hornets actually had a nationally televised game on ESPN is when LaMelo got in the league.
I'm about to say, I was thinking like when Al Jefferson was there. Shoot,
Kimba days or something like.
That didn't even exist back then.
I was like, I think the last time I saw the Clippers on national television legit was like when Al Jefferson and them was in the playoffs against Miami. I was like, that's the last time I saw that squad there. They was going by the Bobcats by
the Bobcats.
Yeah, the Bobcats back then. They weren't even no Hornets.
It was wild. Yeah, bro, man.
Vitello does when games coaching defense does. I agree. Keep the coaching defense does. And they have a terrible coaching young guys who only want to score. Yeah, pretty much. So
I got one little my little idea of what they should do to stop trying to reward these bum ass teams that tank so bad.
What we gotta do?
Play a play out. The bottom 4, not the bottom 7. Switch the lottery up a little bit, or just leave the 7, 6, 5 in order. And the bottom 4 bums, y'all got to play it out, and y'all actually have to win for the number 1 pick. How they do like the play in or whatever. Make the worst 4 teams play. Y'all might have people hurt or just a bunch of D-leaguers and 19-year-olds.
G-leaguers
play. Make them actually have to win the number 1 pick. And the bums, y'all go ahead, y'all play each other. Whoever loses first gets 4, and then 3, 2. And the winner of that play out tournament is the one that gets the number 1 pick. I wish they would do something like that, because the play in my opinion, been actually like good. I like the play in. I wish they would do a play out with the bottom, just so everybody that's at the bottom ain't always either getting screwed over or continuously sucking so that they can stay at the bottom.
I want to bring up a quick point about the playing, because I'm glad you brought that up, because I like it like yourself. I enjoy the playing. I loved it when it was added, because it gave more like what's the word I'm looking for? Damn, I'm having a brain fart right now. It gave more fire for the teams that was like basically like, yo, our season's done, and like that's it. So now we can actually play for a playoff spot. But there's been that conversation. All right, the bum teams, let's say the bum teams end up beating, let's say a 9 seed ends up beating 7 or 8. Now it's like, now they got played number 1 seed or number 2 seed. It's like y'all about to get smoked, bro. Y'all about to get smoked out the building, and that's not good for the Raiders. Like, you can't be up 30-40 by the end of the half. It's just not good.
That only really happens in the East, though.
Yeah.
The West, you still can get a good series out of 2-7 or something. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, matter of fact, the Warriors beat the Rockets.
They did. That was a good series. That was a very good series.
I enjoyed that series.
That was one of my favorite series of the playoff this year. So that was
in the Heat that year that they went to the finals, like a couple years ago.
They beat Giannis, Boston. They beat everybody.
Was that when the play-in started, or were they just a straight up 8 seed?
The play-in started, I think, in the bubble, and that's when the Heat went to the finals.
I don't know. I just know I watch Trae Young every year playing a play-in. They might just call him play-in man at this point. So it all gets blurred together.
Playing Trae.
You know the Hawks. Somehow the Hawks and DeMar DeRozan, no matter what team him and Zach LaVine is on, they're gonna both be in there.
Oh, you said switch over your hoop session one of these.
You better go stretch.
Go stretch. Nah, Chris and Mo, who they've been talking about getting that hoop session. I might pull up that just to watch. So maybe get some B-roll footage for ATB, man. Former guest duking it out on the hoops. former guest duking it out on the hoops.
That'd be good. We talking about draft. I do want to shout out them Rutgers boys, Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper. Hopefully going 2-3. I'm hella happy for the Spurs landing that too. I think that'd be an amazing fit for Harper. I think that kid is really ready to play and will be able to fit in with them great. I don't know what they're gonna do with De'Aaron Fox, but he's another one of them guys where it's like, great guy. Is he ever gonna get you over the hump? I don't know. Let's move him now and not have to have these conversations. So,
I feel like with Wemby now that he gotta do it. You got Wemby, bro. And we know Wemby a superstar. So
Wemby a star. I would just go ahead and go Harper and Castle. Let Chris Paul teach them the NBA for a year and go ahead and do it.
Hey man, I can't say anything better. Shout out to the Rutgers boys, man. That's Crips alum right there.
You like Ace to the Spurs?
I like Ace with the Spurs because they need forwards. They need.
I hear you. I hear you. Ace being a little more, me being a Rutgers diehard and really following these kids especially following him since he was at McEachern and freaking Georgia. He's just a little more raw, and people is kind of getting on some weird shit. I don't know when this post. I hate the post draft stuff. I'm seeing people saying Colin Knuppel should go over him, the kid from Duke. Like I'm seeing a bunch of crazy stuff. The kid is a baller. He's just raw. I would rather him be able to learn from a good forward. And as much as I don't like Pandemic P, I think Ace going to the Sixers would be better for his career long term. So at 3,
I wanted to do a quick shout out real quick, but since you said Pandemic P, because I'm gonna wrap it up because we at the hour mark, man. Hey, I just want you, Chris. I just want you to know, if I ain't have cancer, bro, I would have been a D1 athlete. I would have been a D1 athlete. I would have been a D1 athlete if I had
5'9", talking about he would have been a D1 athlete.
I would have been a D1 athlete. I was projected to be like 6'4", bro. I would have been a D1 athlete. I'm just saying, because Paul George on a podcast on Pivot talking like, hey, you know what, bro? If LeBron wasn't on the Heat, I would have been a champion. Said, bro, that would have never happened. I'm telling you right now, that would have never happened.
When did that come out? That came out recently. That came
out recently. It was a clip. I should have sent it to you. Yeah, somebody clipped it and posted on Twitter. I was crying, bro. I sent it to him.
He said if LeBron wasn't in the East, he would have won it.
No, he said LeBron wasn't on the Heat, I would have won a championship. Because remember, them Pacer days when LeBron was on the Heat and they had Roy Hibbert, Lance Stevenson.
They had a good team.
They had a good team, but I don't know if that was good enough to win a championship.
Oh, the Spurs was still out the West. The Spurs was still coming out.
Somebody said that.
It wasn't beating the what? Even if LeBron, what?
Exactly. Duke. I'm going right to Duke, bro. It would have been Duke or UNC. D1 athlete, bro. I'm learning to Coach K.
Hold on. I gotta make a call. I'm calling Cap on that one. That's trash. Get out of here.
Thank Chris for pulling up, man. Thank you, Chris, for pulling up.
It was a great time. I'm glad y'all had me on. I definitely got to come back on. Stop fighting in the comments. Either catch me at the courts or catch me on one of these episodes of ATB.
We're gonna have the L Side boys definitely pull up, man. But we gotta give a quick shout out to, man. Shout out to HKP, man. He been active in the chat. Shout out Kenny. Shout out to my boy Mo. Also, shout out to our rowing man. College rowing students graduated yesterday. One of our own who will be on our show in the future. Aiden Doherty. Bro, he's gonna go far, man. Shout out him, shout out Wayne Comic. A lot of the people from the WGLS station graduated. Shout out all y'all. We proud of y'all big time. Happy for y'all. But Chris, tell the good people where they can find you on social media, man.
Y'all can find me at Swish Birch, SWISH, because I don't miss. Mo could tell you that. On Twitter, Big Swishy, Swish Birch. You could go ahead and just look up NJ.com. And my article's all there. I write about food and all kind of other fun stuff across the Garden State, and it's 21 counties from Warren to Cape May. You can find me on you say what?
Come up to Union County. I had a couple food spots you could try out.
What you probably gonna tell me something I already know about.
What you know? I probably too much sauce. You already know about too much sauce, right?
Man, come on, man. I know them dudes, man. Come on, man. You said what else?
Big C's cheesesteaks?
Nah, I never had Big C's. I actually never had Big C's, but I do know Too Much Sauce. Since they was in the truck before they even got that new spot in Scotch Plains. I mess with Too Much Sauce. They made it on my Too Much Sauce is on my roundup of NJ's 21 best black owned spots that you should try in 2025.
They good? They good like that?
Bro, some of the best wings.
Oh, I gotta check that. Yo, when we link up, we gotta take over there, see what they got. I gotta see what they got.
And one more, last one, Eat in the Cave.
Yo, the cave too. I know them. You go in the cave. You go on the cave Instagram right now. I think my story might be pinned on a John. They was on that same roundup. I put them on the cover actually.
Oh shit! All right, well, shout out to
you. Do your own footage like for the cover too? Like you take your own photos and all that?
Sometimes, but stuff like that we send photographers out to.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all can see that right there. But
I can see
it.
Yeah.
That's my article.
That's nice.
Shout out to the Bunch family. They great people. They've been doing their stuff in Denellen for a minute, and they doing great. But yeah, shout out them.
Yeah, man. Shout out all y'all, man. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out Chris for pulling up, man. He definitely gonna be returning guests. We'll probably get him on before the finals or even during the finals. But because we definitely got to talk some dub season. You got to teach us about what's going on in WNBA. Oh man, you just missed it. You just missed it, Mill, bro. We just wrapping up, but we talk. Scroll back.
Man,
We had a good dialogue, some good laughs. Scroll back, bro. But thank you for pulling up this late. We still appreciate you. It's been your boy ATB Josh, ATB Sean, then Chris B. We out of here. Go Knicks. Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6. Stop playing with him, man.